Welcome back to the Trick Talking Meat podcast. With me, as always, the sidekick extraordinaire, smoke wagon, if you will say, Spoiled Bat.
Hey, guys.
I'm also your co-host, Brother John, and as many of y'all know, I am not a drinker in the slightest. I have not imbibed alcohol as a teenager. I didn't really like it when I was legally allowed to buy alcohol. I still don't really like it now, even though my wife is a collector. How the hell that happened, I have no clue. What about you? Do you drink alcohol? Are you a beer drinker?
No, not a beer drinker. That's for sure. I'll drink a little bit of rum here and there, but
I wouldn't say I would never drink. I'm not a straight. Well, I guess I am a straight edger because I don't really do anything anymore.
No.
I mean, I took a lot of weed naps in high school, but not so much anymore.
Yep.
So here we are. I was walking through the grocery store the other day, and it just seems like every schmuck in the world's got their own alcohol. They've all got their own brand. And boy, did we find one this week for you kids. Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer, as opposed to Hulk Hogan's not so American Mexican Dos Equis beer. But here we are. We've got a case of this stuff. And I'm like, I can't wait to try this thing. I'm a mark for wrestling. And we all love the immortal Hulk Hogan. Admittedly, though, she's got my favorite wrestler shirt on. I feel kind of dirty wearing the Hulkamania, brother.
The way you've been running your trap.
So we're gonna crack this case of Hulk Hogan Real American Beer, and I'm just gonna give you my 2 cents on it.
It's gonna be like Hulk Hogan opened up the red and yellow sea, dude.
It's a light beer.
It's a light beer. Well, I mean, he's an older fella now, man. Back off of him. Look at this logo, though. Look at this can.
Too many.
This is the best thing ever. So I will let you do the honors. Do you want to crack one of these open? Well, I guess we gotta look at that. Hang on a minute. Real American beer. In case you forgot, brother. So let's go ahead. Guess we're gonna.
Let's try this.
The guy dropped it off the grocery store, and I were laughing our asses off. And I'm gonna laugh even harder. I mean, hell, who knows? Maybe it is good. I don't know. I'm not really a connoisseur, but we're gonna find out.
All right. Let's see.
These have been in the fridge.
Yeah, they're chilled. The
Look at this.
shirtless.
I'm gonna let you pass that over to the camera. Here you go. The shirtless. I think this is. Look at that machismo. Look, it just screams America, brother. Was Hulk ever really this ripped?
No.
I mean, he's a big boy on that can. On that Real American Beer.
This is what it says. America's at its best when united, and if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's the simple pleasures of sharing a beer. That's why we started Real American Beer, to bring people together, one beer at a time. Hulk Hogan.
Well, Hulkster, you brought the 3 of us together today. 3 assholes to try your beer.
Yeah.
One way or the other. So, what do you think?
I'm worried.
You're investigating this can fairly hard. What are we looking at here? Let's try. Let's pop this open. Yeah, there you go. Roll Tide, baby.
It kind of.
It doesn't.
It actually kind of smells.
It does smell kind of good.
And I don't even like the smell of beer.
Kind of smells like Gatlinburger.
Gatlinburger?
Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It smells like Gatlinburg. It smells like broken dreams and hillbillies. That's mean. I love Gatlinburg.
Gatlinburg's great.
Take a taste. As far as beer is concerned, it's not bad.
It's watery.
It's
watery to me.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it smells decent.
It does. It actually does smell. It does smell good. I'll give you that. And I'll outright say I don't like the smell of beer at all. It makes me sick sometimes.
It's brewed right here in the US of A, which is more you could say for a Budweiser now. I guess they can still make them here. Didn't a Japanese company buy Budweiser a few years ago? I don't know. But it's neither here nor there, because Budweiser is not Real American Beer, baby. Mother.
It's kind of got like a mix between a Miller and a Sam Adams.
Yeah, it tastes like a Miller and like a High Life and like a Pabst Blue Ribbon almost.
Yeah, it does have a bit of Pabst.
It's definitely like
it's got Okay. It's
I
got
mean,
an aftertaste to it that, like, it disappears really fast.
I'm not sure what the official retail is on this thing, but this case was like almost $18
Jeez.
for 12 cans of Real American Beer, brother. It
I can't
does.
say if I drank it, I'd enjoy it.
If I drank the whole case, would I feel like would I feel like I've been on steroids and broken dreams for the last 34 years? It's it's not bad. I really wanted to come on here. I put this ridiculous outfit on. I made Allie wear a Roddy t-shirt because we all know Roddy was way cooler.
I mean, I wouldn't complain about wearing a Roddy t-shirt.
Right. I mean, even when I was like a little ass kid, I kind of figured the Hulk was full of shit with the eat your vitamins and say your prayers, and it's just,
yeah.
I get it, but Roddy was the way cooler guy. But I mean, I've always been a villain guy anyway.
Yeah.
It kind of, to me, tastes like what I would imagine a wrung out towel
Right.
of Hulk Hogan's sweat back in the 80s.
Yeah, no, that's exactly kind of where my brain is going.
It's not bad. It's like I want to make fun of it some more, but I mean, it's kind of growing on me. It does. It tastes like BO and a wrung out sweaty towel, locker room towel.
I'm going to try one more sip, but then that's it, because I got to drive home.
Sip it with that in mind.
I would drink this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a light beer too, so you would have to drink like a whole.
The sweat analogy definitely is there.
Like it's like again, you want to beat it up, but it's not bad.
No.
I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever had. I mean, you know,
it's kind of got a little bit of a honeyed.
Yeah, it does kind of have a sweeter taste to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not quite like I said.
It tastes like a tiny hint of like honey.
Now, mind you, again, I'm not a beer connoisseur. I'm not the expert on beer. I'm sure there's people out there that could tell you, oh, I could taste the barley and the wheat and blah, blah, blah from Nebraska. No, I ain't that guy. But is it better than a Pabst Blue Ribbon? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely yes. Is it better than the champagne of beers, Miller?
I don't know.
I would really? I don't know. I'd say it's better than a Miller High Life. Yeah.
It's easy for me to, it's a cheap date.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not a cheap date. It's almost $20 for this thing.
I mean Miller High Life.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it tastes like shit, but it's going to get the job done eventually, And I think this would too.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little overpriced. I mean,
I think it's probably.
Are we paying like $20 a case to get your hips replaced again? I mean, is it like what's the story here? It's.
I already gotta say though, this is the first beer I've had since I was like 18.
I think this is probably the first beer I've had in probably 5 years. We're sitting in my own bar, and I don't think I've had it. Oh, well, see, I guess that's not count for something. Roll Tide on that. Smell the burp flavor. Oh yeah, that's definitely that's some sweaty wrestling boots and
yeah.
When it's coming back up, that's when you get the real.
Yeah, that's not very American. That is not the gift that keeps on giving. I am definitely not marking out for real American beer.
Oh man,
it was good once. I'm glad I tried this thing, but it's brother. Yeah. Like it's funny watching Duke over there like do his thing because it's like he's so not unsure of it. Like
yeah.
Am I going to have a roid?
He's hoping that the next sip is going to be any better.
Right. Like if you keep telling, well, that's what beer is, isn't it? It's just self-doubt. Like, okay, if I keep drinking enough of this, my day's going to get better, damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, jokes aside, I mean, like, yeah, we've told you, it doesn't taste like BO or body sweat, but it's not far from it. It smells like grapefruit, though.
It does smell good. I'll outright say it does smell good. And like I said, I hate the smell of beer, and I don't mind the smell of this one. It's just the taste for me is either it's just not there.
It doesn't really taste like a beer.
It doesn't really taste like anything.
No. It doesn't. It's
like
very almost
watery.
Too light. It's very watery and it's kind of light, and it just doesn't really taste like anything, brother.
I feel like this is indicative of the further along we've gone, the more sips you've taken.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I've almost polished this can off, man. So I guess that's counting for something.
Beer flavor, it's like, oh no, yeah, this is.
I think I could still see the
It tastes like beer.
I could still see it on the tab on mine.
I mean, this is definitely not a Steve Weiser if we were going that route. I've actually almost polished off 2/3 of this can sitting here railing on it.
It's not.
It's a non-beer drinker.
it's
I would
not-
probably drink this because it is a very light, watery beer. It's
Yeah.
not like,
It's not overpowering.
you're going to have to drink at least a half of this case to really start
Yeah.
getting your beer buzz on for sure.
It's not like a Sam Adams where it's gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah,
I think
and it does,
maybe-
and it's growing on me
Maybe
as
if
I'm
you
getting
eat something
further down the
with it.
can.
Like, it seems like yeah, I could probably eat a burger and drink this.
Yeah.
It's kind of a burger beer.
Yeah.
Is it really more of a nostalgia act though for Hogan? Like
Yeah.
the beer was like so, but if we get an endorsement from the Hulkster, we could probably shuck some more of this stuff out there.
1000%.
1000%. It's again, I've almost polished a can, and it's there's not even an ingredients list on the can.
No,
It's just
it's not.
talking.
It wouldn't be.
It's just Hogan telling you to share a beer, brother.
Let's see.
Oh.
40.
What is the alcohol content on this? Like 0.2?
4 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat,
Oh yeah, okay. Well, they did it almost.
110 calories.
Well, then that's not bad. Not for a beer.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
want
light.
I want to know if it's got like a honey. Yeah,
No, it's special recipe. They ain't gonna tell you that stuff.
I know they ain't, but I can tell honey.
Actually, it does say
Definitely.
it's less than 16 grams of protein. That's 16, not 1. It's high protein. Well, I guess if you're a Hulk Hogan, you definitely want to get your pump on too. So
High protein beer. That's very Hogan. It's very real American.
you shouldn't be drinking it when you're pregnant either, for the record.
I
Or
know.
driving a car, or operating a machine, or trying to do a flying swanton bomb off the top.
You know
brother.
what this makes me want to do?
What do you want to do, Billy?
This makes me want to watch Suburban Commando.
You know what? I want to just get on. I'm going to finish this case tonight, and I'm going to watch just a streaming night of was it that Thunder Bay show or whatever he had on.
Oh yeah.
What was that show? That
All right,
Yeah.
let's see. We've got Hogan Knows Best, Rocky 3,
Oh,
No
crap.
Holds Barred.
oh, No Holds Barred. What's that's it. That should have been the commercial for Real American Beer. What's that smell? It's Dookie, and that's kind of the
Yeah.
basis of Real American Beer. It's Dookie.
Let's
Yeah,
see. Credits also include Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in Paradise on a marathon.
Mr.
brother.
Nanny.
I actually
oh,
like.
God, I remember Mr. Nanny.
And this is interesting. The Hulk Hogan sex tape.
They actually have that
They
listed
actually
as
have
one of
that
his
listed.
films.
They have it listed.
Have you ever
as
seen the
credits.
Hulk Hogan sex tape?
No, and I
That
don't think I
dude's-
want to.
That dude's ass is
Yeah.
tanner than my face.
Yep.
I don't want to ruin childhood
Uh,
memories with
Santa
that.
with Muscles, Three Ninjas, High Noon, Mega Mountain.
That's right, he was in Three Ninjas.
Yeah, Undertaker was in Suburban Commando, wasn't he? Wasn't he the bad guy alien?
I don't
Maybe.
remember.
I want to say a Taker was in that movie.
Yeah,
Right.
The Undertaker as Hutch.
Yep, I thought so. I thought he was in that movie.
Yeah.
Even if we talk about Paul Bearer,
Yeah.
Kevin. Oh yeah!
Yep.
Oh, this beer is horrible.
Yep.
No, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, man, say what you will about him. He's an icon.
Yeah.
He's part of my childhood.
It's the nostalgia factor for
Love him
sure.
or hate him. Hell, I just spent $20 buying this ridiculous T-shirt, man. You know what I should have done? I should have cut it so I could have hulked out as we
Yeah.
segue out of this thing.
Yeah, it sucks.
So if we're going to close this thing out, A, B, C, D, or F.
Mm,
Be honest, all jokes aside,
I'd give it a C.
with all the factors in there, the taste, the smell, and the cost. Like I said, this bad boy right
Yeah.
here was like $18.
The taste or somewhat lack thereof and the cost of it just kind of brings it down to a C to me.
If it was cheaper, I would be like, it's
Yeah.
a good cheap date for the barbecue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
you bring this shit, and all your friends would laugh at it for a minute, and then
Yeah.
you'd polish this case off.
But the
A
price
friend
point
shows up at a cookout with it. I'm not going to kick them out.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Like this isn't the worst beer I've ever had. I've had some really terrible shit over the last few decades, but this is actually a C. I'd give it a C.
We could disown family members for bringing PBR, so I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you bring a Milwaukee's Beast to the party, you're just a straight up asshole.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if we were going to talk about like the
Yeah,
echelon of beers, I think we've talked about this before, like straight up, like the Milwaukee's Best is the worst. The Beast is the worst beer on the market. That's like the bottom barrel of the scum pool, right? Like, you got to be desperate as hell. Like, I mean, if you were homeless and somebody threw you one, yeah, you'd drink that shit right up because you're a wino anyway. But yeah, this isn't the worst. This is like a C. I'd give this a mid C or a high C.
C or D for me. I feel like the price definitely knocks it down.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing for me. Like, if this was like a $12 case of beer, you're paying like $1.50 a piece for them. Yeah, this would be like an A, man. And they, supposedly, from what I'm reading, he's made a deal with Walmart, and they're going to be like a major distributor of real American beer. And maybe that, Walmart always tries to get you the deal.
Yeah.
So
well,
maybe,
Walmart
I bought this from a
dictate
mom
the
and
price.
pop grocery store that I happen to be stopping in. And, you see Hulk Hogan beer, and you're like, well, I'll have that.
Some of my little Hulkamaniacs actually bought.
Brother. Right. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to have
this.
you can have the rest of this.
Yeah.
This swill. So, yeah. So, what were we saying? So, overall vote?
I'd
C.
say a C.
It's a good, strong C.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. It's not the best.
Yeah.
If I drank about 6 or 7 of these, though, I think I'd probably be throwing like shooting star presses out in the backyard and dropping knee drops on the dog, the family dog.
I think I would just be unloading all of it back out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like well, that's where you get to like 8 or 9 in, and then you're like,
I'm done. One is enough for I didn't even I barely touched.
If you could go through,
want to deep throat a hot dog right now, so
I do want a hot dog.
Well,
I am pretty hungry,
brother.
Yeah,
if you got 8 or 9 into this
Yeah.
case, you'd totally be more like an ultimate warrior if you could put up with that much and not throw up the lung butter, But not bad. So, hey, man, check it out if you're out at your grocery stores and you want a quick laugh with your buddies. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but it's right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Just a little overpriced. I do love the can, though. I ain't going to lie to you. I love the Hulkamania running wild with his 26-inch pop. Well, those aren't even 26. Those are like 46-inch pop. That's a little exaggerated, even in the peak of his career.
This is like Leafield.
This is like Rob Liefeld
Yeah.
levels of musculature.
Yeah.
Musculature, as George
Yeah.
K would say. I mean, look at his thighs, man. Those are huge.
His pec has turned into his shoulder.
Right.
Yeah, he definitely didn't skip leg day.
That's right. He's got that weird big Papa Pump bicep muscle that nobody human should have.
Has he got a beard?
He doesn't got a beard. He's got his porn stash, man.
Yeah.
That's the handlebar porn stash. It just looks off because of all those years. Right. It just looks off because he doesn't have that like charcoaled on 5 o'clock shadow when he was like evil Hulk Hogan.
I love how I'm the only dignified one who has not. Then again, you guys have drank more of it than I have.
Yeah.
You know what? If I was him and the marketing on that, I would come out with a dark amber version of this and make it like the NWO beer. And he could have like his all black, like biker shit going on.
So
the new
Hulk,
American beer.
Hulk,
The new American beer,
there's your
brother.
idea.
The new world order beer,
Come
brother.
on, cough it up. There's his idea.
Hogan, I'm throwing you like home runs here, Hogan. Come on, man. You gotta have like the full on.
Just don't send another case because I don't think we'll finish it.
Kick a little back to the podcast, man. I won't even make fun of you next time. Like my opinion matters for shit. Like this dude's gonna see this and be like, that guy. It's nice.
Weirder things have happened.
If Hulk Hogan shows. Yeah. If Hulk Hogan shows up at my front door because I was ripping on this beer, it would totally be worth the ass whooping. His knees are shot and his like hips are shot, but that guy, I'd be less of a man if I didn't admit that Hulk Hogan would still kick my fucking ass. Like that's just.
I'll bench press you through the ionosphere just like I would the sun if it was to fall out of the sky. And what you gonna do when Hulkamania and the largest arms in the world run wild on you?
Like the best. So maybe it is really good beer, but hey, man, go for the black can and the evil Hogan beer. That'd be funny. I think I would buy that too. So from all of us here at the Trick Talking Meat podcast, brother, we're going to sign off and try yourself a real American beer. I guess it's worth it once.
Take mine.
Cheers.
Tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. right here in Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. Don't you dare miss this one.
tuning in this week. Allie and I have got to get to the midget wrestling matches.